I'm Robert Cavuto, and today on Metal Rules, I'm pleased to be speaking with Norway's newest metal band, Red Steel, to discuss their newest single that came out on May 9th, and it's called Let Me Love You. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, all the way from Norway. I appreciate it.
You too.
Why don't you guys go around to introduce yourself, tell us the instruments you guys play, and then I'll start asking you guys some questions.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course, I can start since I'm the oldest in the band. My name is Jesper. I'm also Morris's brother. And I play guitar in Red Steel, mainly rhythm guitar. And play guitar for now 4.5 years, so not that long actually. I got into playing guitar later on, but doing a really good job, I feel myself, to get hand and feeling with the instrument, and very happy that I picked up guitar and not the drums like my father was playing.
And I'll ask you about that in a little bit.
Yeah, and I am Marius. I am Jesper's brother, and I also play guitar.
Great.
So mostly rhythm, but also some lead. Yeah.
Great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
Bernard?
I'm
Oh, go ahead. Hakan?
for me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for me. Okay. My name is Håkon, and I'm the lead vocalist in Red Steel, and I write some of the songs too. So I'm very happy to be a part of this band. I really enjoy playing in it. So looking forward to making a lot more music with these guys. So been doing vocals since I was a kid, not really professionally, but always loved to sing. So that has always been very dear to my heart, if I can say that. So yes, not so much else to say actually.
Well, I have a lot to ask you guys, so that's great. Bernard?
Well, I'm the drummer of Red Steel.
Mhm.
I've been playing drums for about 15 years now.
Great.
So I got a lot of time on my back and some stick tricks in the bag.
Great. Well, it's nice to meet you guys. So most people maybe not know that there's a couple of guys in the band that are sons of one of my favorite all-time bands, Wigwam. And I guess, we have some questions about that, but you have famous fathers. And tell me about how you guys all connected to form this band.
Yeah, well, actually, the three of us, me, Håkon, and Jesper, which is the sons of the members in Wigwam, the three of us actually didn't start the band together.
Oh,
I am one of the former members who started the band back in 2020, and me and Bernard is actually the only former members left. And so about a year after we started the band, Jesper joined and had started to gain a huge interest in music as well. And Håkon actually didn't join the band until last year when we parted ways with our earlier vocalist. But me, Jesper, and Håkon has been playing together in other bands earlier. But in Red Steel, Håkon is actually pretty new.
that's great. Yeah. Håkan is the son of Trond Halder that plays guitar in Wigwam, and Morris and Jesper are the sons of the drummer Oisny. So yeah, I met your dads when they came to New Jersey, Virginia, about 2 years ago. So that was really a big thrill for me. So I took some pictures, did a review of the show. They were really nice. I took them out to dinner. We had a good time. Now, you guys didn't follow in your father's footsteps, as like you mentioned. I think Jesper mentioned earlier. Instead of going with the drums, you went with the guitar. Håkan, instead of guitar, you went with vocals. So tell me a little bit about the decision to pick up different instruments.
I can just start it since I come in it some minutes ago. like I said, I was a late bloomer, so I started with the creating and playing music in a later age than most of the other people in the band.
Yeah.
But also had an interest in rock music since I was a kid, of course. So when I decided to pick up an instrument, it was actually supposed to be drums, since I started a band with Håkon.
Mhm.
And Håkon was supposed to play guitar and sing. And after some weeks of newbie practice, Håkon decided that he wasn't comfortable with playing guitar and singing at the same time.
Which is hard.
So
Yeah.
I decided to try learning the guitar and bring Marius in as a drummer.
That's great. That's great.
So it sounds a little complicated, but that was the start. The real reason why I played guitar was since Håkon wasn't comfortable playing it and sing at the same time, but also, of course, I had a bigger interest in guitar than drums. Much of the music I'm listening to is pretty much based on guitar, like Metallica, for example.
Yeah, one of my favorites. I'm going to see him next weekend.
Yeah, so that's
Ah.
my story on getting in guitar.
Hakan,
not drum.
I remember your dad told me he has one of your, I think it's a ESP or a Les Paul, a black guitar he took from you. He has it in a whole bunch
That's
of
right.
videos.
What did you say?
I said your father, I think, told me he borrowed one of your black guitars. I think it was an ESP or LTD or a Les Paul, and he used it in
Yes.
a new video for the song, the band song.
Yes, he used it for video, and he also used it for like they played the Eurovision qualifier in our country, so they played that, and he used my guitar. So
That's great. No, you have a great voice. Did your dad Trond help produce the single?
this Let Me Love Again.
Yeah.
Not this one. He has helped me with the other singles in the past, but not this in particular. But the songwriting and everything is very heavily influenced by him. So yes, I've learned a lot.
Great, great. And it looks like we have Sebastian who's joining shortly. So he's having a little trouble, the bass player. So we'll talk to him in a minute. Tell me about the band's collective influences, musical influences. How does it all gel together?
Well, I think one common thing we all are interested in is that almost all the music we're listening to is pretty melodic.
Mhm.
And that's kind of something that we set pretty high, at least when we are creating the music. And but we also are really fans of a lot of different genres within metal and rock. And so kind of the most common band we're all listening to is Ghost. That's kind of the perfect match for every one of us.
That's great.
I think we all have different influences in some ways. Some of us are more into like pop, and some of us are more into the heavy stuff. But we all kind of come together into this melodic genre, but with influences from a lot of different genres, actually.
No, that's great. I do hear Ghost, Bring Me to the Horizon, Sleep Theory in the first single. What inspired the creation of the band's sound? Is that what kind of all the collective experience comes in?
Yeah, I think so. And we all have that kind of old 80s rock music in our mind, and we kind of grew up with that. And some of us have also been really into this pop punk flow that came at the early 2000s, like Green Day and Blink-182. But it's also very important to us to kind of stay modern, and we want to we want to gain a young and kind of fresh audience.
Right.
So we are always kind of looking to bring in modern elements, like for instance, like Bring Me the Horizon is a perfect example where they're like when you're listening to their production, it's like a million different things, and yeah.
No, I think it's great. Bernard, you're driving the ship behind the scenes on this band and this music. Tell me a little bit about what you bring to the table for this band to drive these songs, because, you know, Ghost, Bring Me Horizon, tough stuff. So, and you guys really nail it well.
Yeah, well, I am heavily influenced by the 80s hair metal,
Yeah.
Twisted Sister, Bon Jovi, all the crazy hair guys.
Me too.
So, it's but as I grew older and I started listening to more of the newer kind of music and more new artists, I expanded my visions of the music, because then I actually learned it's not just the 80s and 70s that's the best music years. So I've discovered over the years, Falling in Reverse and Ghost, Bring Me the Horizon, all these um, all these bands have the 70s and 80s feel over them.
Yes.
But they bring in the newer elements from, for example, Falling in Reverse. They're heavily influenced by rap, like Eminem,
Yeah.
and so on. So they bring in the old and new elements and create a new music genre. And you can also hear the Ghost, the latest album they released now. It's You can hear the 70s and 80s really uptight in the the production, but it's got a better production on the sound quality.
And I agree. I definitely agree. We have Sebastian. He joined. I think you're on mute. I don't know if you could unmute yourself. Hey, welcome.
Can I mute? Thank you.
Tell
Had a
me
bit of
a little
troubles
about-
with the Zoom.
Nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about the decision to wear the masks, wear the ghoulish makeup, and really give an entertaining show. I saw some clips on YouTube.
Yeah. Because when we started out, we didn't have any costumes or anything. We just wore some cool clothes, like some ripped pants or like a band T-shirt and a cool hoodie or a jacket. But one day we just sat down and we talked to each other and really wanted to do something more. We wanted to create a really entertaining show.
Mhm.
So we just brainstormed some different kind of costumes, and we were actually supposed to all wear masks and be totally anonymous, but we kind of toned it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And landed on what we have now, and it looks pretty good. And we put a lot of pressure on the theatrical side of it. We want the concert to be an experience, and we want to entertain the people, not just play music.
I agree. I think that's really what's missing from music. I see a lot of bands, and sometimes it's a lot of staring at their shoes, or they're very, paying attention to playing. And it's really important to go out there and entertain. You're in the entertainment industry, so yeah, you got to look cool. Black Veil Brides, one of my favorite bands, started out like that too, with the makeup, and they've evolved in different directions. But I've always thought that was a great look. Motley Crue, and so on. Some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah, we're taking inspiration from a lot of different places, and we think we landed on something good.
I think you did too. I definitely did too. Now you guys released the one song, and it's on all these streaming platforms, and of course I'll put a link in the interview so that people could check it out. Are there any more songs in the pipeline?
Yes, we have quite a few songs that we're working with as we speak. We are going to the studio in a few weeks, and we're working on something there. And we also have a few other songs that are, kind of ready, but have some polishes to do. But other than that, we have quite a few songs in the pipeline for now.
What's the philosophy of the band? Is it going to release singles? Are you going to release an EP, or are you going to wait to do a full album? You guys are all young and you guys are all hip to what's going on in the world, so it's far different than what I grew up with in the 70s. You just got an album.
Yeah, right. So our plan right now is to we're gonna focus on the singles and make like the best promotional stuff we can do with each single. But other than that, when we have released enough singles, we're gonna put them all together and put maybe some other songs, a little surprise with those songs in an EP or an album. So that's the plan.
That's great.
Forward.
I look forward to hearing more stuff from you guys, and I would love to, when you release the EP or the album, I'd love to talk more about it. Marius and Jasper, tell me a little bit about where your guitar playing is going to take the band in the future.
It's like we told you some minutes ago, we are mainly focused on making kind of new metal music that is modern, but also have some drips of the 80s. So we're not so much about flashing playing like they did in the 80s, like playing to guitar solos and just shredding the guitar just for fun. We are more about creating melodic riffs and creating a guitar wall, which is matching in the face when you're listening to the song.
Great.
More like Bring Me the Horizon, maybe kind of guitars. And of course, I'm also into Electric Callboy, that guitar sound. So it's not so much of soloing like it was before. The guitar are supposed to building up the melodic, often coming from Håkon, or the melodic maybe come from the guitar itself.
No, that's great. I think, I think one of the things that always appeals to me is not only a great riff, but also great vocals and a good melody that you could sing. I could walk away, and I've been listening to your song, and I'm walking away singing it. It's in my head, and I think that's really important for any band, like Ghost, like we talked a little bit about earlier. So yeah, I think you guys nailed that, and I look forward to hearing more from you. Do you guys tour extensively in Norway? Are you, tell me a bit what's going on over there with you guys.
Well, we have a few upcoming concerts now in Norway, and we're currently working on expanding the touring progress type thing out in Scandinavia and Europe. So in the future, maybe the 2026, maybe we'll be in Sweden and Germany or Finland. Okay. Playing a few concerts. But for me personally, it's going like on a huge world tour with like a huge production and lots of just having a good time around the world, exploring and creating both memories and music around like when we're traveling though.
Are you guys playing originals and covers in your set? Do you have enough to, originals to fill a set?
Well, we're currently we have a lot of the original that we have written, though we also have produced and recorded some cover songs, because we don't cover the songs like just to cover the songs.
Right.
We take the songs, we put them in the studio, and we create a new version of it.
That's great.
So it's not like if we cover Enter Sandman by Metallica, it's not like that you can hear Metallica in the song. You can define it by if Red Steel is playing it or if Metallica is playing it.
No, that's very true. Metallica did that cover album, that Garage Days, and some of the songs, they made it their own. And that's what's fantastic about it. Sebastian, what do you think about, some of the covers? What's some of your favorite covers to play?
Well, we've covered "Summer Night City" by ABBA and released that song, and that's by far my favorite because
Really?
it's our version is a lot bass heavy than our other songs, so I really love that one.
What was the song again? The ABBA song?
"Summer Night City."
I'm not familiar with that one. That's my wife
I
listens
wasn't
to it all
either.
the time. I
But
was
it's a good song, but I think we made it better. And then if you listen to it, our version from the song, I think it's really good, and we make it we make the covers into our own version of the song, you know.
right.
So you wouldn't like instantly recognize that it's a cover
That's great.
unless you know the song really good.
You know, I went to a party the other day and they had a Grateful Dead cover band, but metal version of it. And I don't like the Grateful Dead at all, but they took all the songs and metalized them, and it was like, wow, that's pretty cool. You know, they did Trucking, you know, their name was Trucking, and it was like, wow, that's pretty good stuff, you know. So I get into it, you know, that they had the initiative to do that.
Yeah.
Marcus, Jasper, Håkan, what's advice did your fathers give you getting into the music business?
Well, some advice our father has given us is first of all to in everything we do, we just have to trust the process because in this business things take time. Things doesn't happen overnight. So and that can kind of demotivate us sometimes when things take a longer time than we want. So yeah, he just tells us to trust the process, trust what you do, and just work on improving yourself, and the results will come.
That's great. Great advice.
So yeah, that's kind of the biggest one that has stuck to me.
Håkan, what did your dad tell you?
He told me a bit of the same thing, but yeah, just to stick with what you love, and if you truly like the music, you're gonna stick with it anyways. So just to love what you do. If not, it's not the right path.
That's great. Just my last question to you guys is tell me who your favorite artist is in the realm of the musician is in the realm of what you do. So from a drumming perspective, who's the favorite drummer? Who's your favorite singer? And just go down the line that you try to emulate, be like.
Well, my favorite drummer of all time is easily Tommy Lee from
Oh,
Motley
yeah,
Crue.
great. Yep.
Because you like he grooves the he's not just playing the beat, he's grooving the beat, and that defines his playing a lot because he through the years his Motley Crue has evolved through the years of different genres.
Yeah.
You know, in the 90s, you can hear the absolute grunge thing with John Corabi, you know, and the early 80s was the more punk scene. So you can hear his drumming and the music evolve through the years to the later on where he's just like heavy drums and tough beats but he's also combining it with stick tricks and just fooling around, and that's like my favorite drummer of all time because of that.
Yeah, he's very flashy, very entertaining guy. Yeah. How about the rest of you guys?
Well, for me, when it comes to my favorite guitar player, I have to say Synesy Gates from Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay.
For me, that's kind of he's the complete guitar player. I mean, first of all, his talent is insane. He can play anything, and he's also the perfect combination of creating amazing riffs and perfect solos, like you said earlier. He creates these melodies with the guitar that sticks to you. So you can sing the solos.
Yep.
And then he starts shredding, and you're just overwhelmed with what he's doing. So yeah, for me that's kind of the biggest inspiration as a guitar player.
Next.
For me, it's as I'm mainly playing a rhythm guitar. For me, it's just one option. He's also the guitarist of my favorite band of all time. It's James Hetfield.
Okay, yep.
I would say we're not so much influenced by the type of guitar playing, but the things he does with his hand, as along when he sings, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I of course learned many Metallica songs, and for me it's just crazy about thinking he's also singing at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. I think
So,
like Paul Stanley, it's really hard to do. I don't know how they do it.
but like Marius said, if I had to pick a lead guitarist, I will stick with Marius' choice with the Synthy Gates. A modern lead guitarist who can do anything with the guitar, either playing fantastic melodic guitar solos and also riffing. Very cool. So that's my answer to the question.
Thank you. Håkon, how about you? Who's one of your favorite lead singers that you want to emulate?
That's a tough one, but I guess I have to hands down go with Freddie Mercury. He's the absolute number one, I think, both in pure vocals and also the songwriting. It's incredible. So the way that he sings each sentence like it is its own song almost. Every sentence is with its own feeling, and yeah, I don't think anyone has ever been able to replicate that ever since, actually.
That's great. Sebastian?
Well, I look up to a lot of different people, but my hands down favorite have to be Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses. He has his own unique way of playing and adding a groove to a beat. Like I really look up to that guy, and I try to replicate and make my own style of what he does, because I think he's really cool, and he's a really cool guy as well.
Yeah, he is. He's a very nice guy. So yeah, and Bernard and Sebastian, you guys have to be locked into that groove. So it's really great, and that was what I really enjoyed about the single. It was very groove oriented. Well,
Yeah.
I just want to tell you guys it was really a pleasure to meet you, and it was a really fascinating interview. And I hoping you could share it when we post it, all right, and share it with your friends and share it with your fans, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, guys. I had a great time talking with you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.